Great news. There's a quick way you can save money. Switch to Geico. Geico could help you get great coverage at a great price. And it only takes 15 minutes to see if you could save 15% or more on car insurance. Go to geico.com today and see how much you could save.
Gina, Woody, Pablo, Bomani. Is there anything in sports better than Coach on the microphone? Buzz Williams last night in the win over Duke. He got a nice ovation. But I'm here to tell you the all-time gold medal for this is Sam Weish in Cincinnati.
Sees anybody throw anything onto this field.
Wait for it.
Point them out.
Wait
Get
for
them
it.
out of here. You don't live in Cleveland.
Unnecessary Cleveland jab.
Also, better reaction. The kid who got dapped from Steph and needed a fainting couch, or JaVale McGee hitting a fadeaway shot and shattering Jon Stewart's world. There it is, your moment of zen.
Too old to be getting okey-doke by the Knicks.
It's Around the Horn, the show of competitive banter. Here's Tony Reali.
Roger Goodell versus Jerry Jones, round 4? If it's round 4, it has to take place in Russia, a training montage running up mountains. Dan Graziano, ESPN, NFL demanding reimbursement in excess of $2 million from Jerry for court costs related to Ezekiel Elliott's suspension, and Jones threatened litigation over Goodell's contract extension. Ken Belson, New York Times, had it sent first. Mina, I'm going to start with you. How do you hear that? You hear it as a fine? You hear it as a threat? You hear it as a shakedown?
I hear it as the other owners, not Goodell. This is the owner sending a message to Jerry Jones, which is you are not bigger than the league. Look, over the last year, he's been in the news too much. He has broken the number one rule of the NFL Owners Club, which is you don't talk about the NFL Owner Club. You don't make yourself the story. And Jerry Jones, he's always been the story, but what we've seen happen to him over the last year is something we've seen happen to players in the NFL, which is your quirks and being outspoken is tolerated until you fail and then you become a distraction. And this is the other owners saying, hey, Jerry, we don't want you to be a distraction anymore.
Woody Page?
I think we're going to see a protracted response to this, though. It's going to go on for a long time. I mean, even though, yes, you're absolutely right. This was not the commissioner. This was the economic committee, which didn't like his interference of trying to be bigger than they were. But I think it's wrong that according to what I read in the NFL rules, you can only do this when you are sued by one of the owners. He threatened to sue them, but he never followed through on that action. They may have spent a lot of money and time getting ready for a possible lawsuit, but I don't see any way in the world they collect that money. And the Elliott issue is totally separate. I don't think you can collect money from him on that matter either. It's punishment, not a fine.
Sounds like somebody's been watching a lot of Law and Order. Doink, doink. Bomani Jones, how about you?
Man, this is such rich people stuff, man. Regular people take it to the parking lot. Rich people take it to the courthouse, or at the very least, just to their lawyer's office that they have on retainer. Yeah. And as a result, these rich people have to look at Jerry Jones and be like, bro, we rich too. We know what you're trying to do. Take it to court, cost people money, make it inconvenient, and hope that you can ultimately get your way. This was at every turn for Jerry Jones. I don't know if it's Quixotic or Quixotic, but he was running after that windmill and he wasn't never going to catch it. And the owners are saying back to him, you wasted our time, you wasted our money, come up off this money, and this is a fine.
So you see it as a fine? You see this
as it's a fine, and it's to support the authority of the commissioner, which was absolutely undermined by what Jerry Jones is doing. Raj is now firmly in charge, and now they're going to send this message to Jerry.
And Pablo Torre?
But Jerry Jones didn't just wake up yesterday and decide, you know what, I wonder if I'm a distraction. The guy has been distracting for his entire tenure in this league. The entire point of him going after Roger Goodell and not wanting him to be commissioner was to avoid situations like this, where other owners can use Roger Goodell as a blunt instrument to tamp him down. Like, the entire value of Roger Goodell to these unseen owners, and Mina is right about that, right? There are all these owners on the compensation, finance committee, whatever it is, that say, you know what, we got to get Jerry to be quiet. The thing about all these headlines that come out, it's Roger versus Jerry. We don't really even know which owners are in question here. Who are the guys trying to silence Jerry? We don't know. And if I'm Jerry, what I'm really seething at is the fact that it's not about me versus owners. It's about me versus the attack dog, which I didn't want to be an attack dog because I want to distract people because that's what I do because I'm Jerry Jones.
Mina, you want to address that?
Yeah, I don't think the owners are actually objecting to what Jerry did. I mean, they would have stood up for their player, like Ezekiel Elliott as well. We saw that with Robert Kraft. They object to how he did it, the obscenity of it, the distraction of it. That is what they are irritated by, and that is why this is being dragged out and will continue to be dragged out.
Well, I guess I'm not sure they're not irritated by Jerry either. Remember, reports were that he had built up his coalition of owners to try to go and fight Raj. Right. The bigger coalition is letting everybody else know who won.
I thought, maybe Jerry thought he would take all the hate, because he can handle it. Because once, as Pablo said, that Jerry didn't get distracted. That Jerry got Jerry, which is long line. Al Davis as well as an owner who's willing to do that. We're going to move on now. We've been horned. Anthony Davis, 53-18, 3-5-1 last night versus Phoenix. That's a mouthful. Since Boogie went down, his numbers are a combo of Shaquille and Hakeem, which might as well be a goat dressed up in a goat costume going to a goat farm. Woody Page, when are you people going to give AD an MVP?
Right here, right now. The guy during this 6-game winning streak is averaging 41 points and 15 rebounds. You mentioned two other names. Let me give you one. In his heyday, it was Will